Continue with David John Oates. And what's going on with reverse speech and Donald Trump is nothing less than really shocking. And I hope you'll listen to the audio or watch the audio, as it were, in the YouTube video that's up there right now. And you'll find it simply by looking on the right-hand side of the homepage in the YouTube video box with all the titles right there. It's also just above the start of headline news. Now, David, are you standing by there?
Yes, I am, Jeff. All ready for you?
Good. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Tell us about the reaction to the video of the program that you did last Friday.
It was striking. I was shocked. A lot of people took issue with me. Obviously, a lot of Trump supporters out there were very unhappy about the negative reversals on Donald Trump. I had one person go into quite a tirade and accuse me of being biased against Trump, etc.
Wait a minute. After over a year and a half of putting out the most glowing reversals that arguably you've ever found about anybody.
Oh, I know. I
mean, he literally never missed.
Yeah, I read that and I go, bias against Trump after all the positive things I said about him for 18 months. I've been getting that accusation since year dot on reverse speech. And look, I honestly don't think I am. When I'm finding reversals, I've got my headphones on and I'm transcribing. It's an automatic process. I'm not even thinking about it. I'm just transcribing what I hear backwards, and I'm not thinking who's speaking or what are they saying. And when I'm checking reversals, it's the same thing. I'm actually not even listening to the forwards. I'm just doing the reversals to see whether they're there or not. And it's purely an academic process. Is this reversal there or not? And then I start analyzing it afterwards. After I found them and checked them, I commit reversals there. Then I start thinking about what do they mean. But there's never any bias. But I'm transcribing it like saying. Well,
after over a year and a half, David, of glowing reversals and 120% support for the man, to find what you did in the reversals that we played shocked me. You actually said at one point you were almost trembling. It was that scary to find such a dramatic, overwhelming shift in someone's subconscious. Now,
sorry, go ahead.
Preston James was on last hour, and he said it might be that Trump is being targeted as a targeted individual with some kind of mind control EMF, which is screwing with him. That's a possibility, but I think this is more elemental than that. I think the man just essentially heard something or was talked to that shook him up so much that, we heard the results.
Right. I think you're absolutely right. I think there was something else on his mind while he was giving the speech. It should be noted that the speech wasn't written by him. I think all the glowing words that he was saying, he had an issue with it. I mean, bearing in mind the reversals you get will be a reaction to the speech, not the speech writer. So it's his reaction as he's giving his speech. But the clue actually lies in his very first reversal, and I missed it when I was on your show last week. I should have tweaked. So listen to this. Here's the very first reversal, which is I'll play this first, and I'll play the contrasting reversal. So here we have his first reversal.
Thank you very much. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Vice President,
Okay, and so as he's starting his speech, and he says in reverse, "It's a sin, America."
It's a sin. America. It's a sin. America.
Yeah, nice and clear there.
It's a sin.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now that's in contrast to what we used to find on him just last year. And he used to, I mean, we must have heard 3 or 4 reversals of him saying, "Wake up, America." And like, here's this one here.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. I love you people.
And here he says, "Wake up, America."
We can. America, we can.
And again.
We can. America, we can.
Okay, so suddenly we're hearing him say so this was on his campaign trail. He's revving the crowd, okay? "Wake up, America." Come into follow me, basically. Wake up. And now he's in office, been in office for a month, and his "Wake up, America" has changed to "It's a sin, America." So what has he found out?
Mm-hmm.
What does he know since he's been in office? He's had some information. He has seen material. Whatever he's seen has made him think there is a deep corruption here. It's a sin, America. This is more than just bad deals, as he was saying on the campaign trail. This is something deeper. This is something way down in the core. That's why he says it's a sin, America. And then he goes on to his speech, and his speech has incongruent reversals because he's still shook up by all of this.
Sure.
Okay?
Yeah.
So like, for example, here's one here.
My job is to represent the United States of America.
And then he says, "Crime of the states did I need."
Crime of the states did I need.
Crime of the states did I need.
And that's also pointing to a systematic corruption. Did I need this? What? There is a big crime here, and it's the crime of the states. So it's a crime of the what's what we're looking for? System crime of the hierarchy.
Right.
It's a systematic, and so that's why we see, and then we see reversals like this. And see, I didn't see all this till 2 or 3 days after. So here we have this.
Think of the marvels we can achieve if we simply set free the dreams of our people.
And here he says, "the beast," and it used Obama.
The beast, you hear
that one?
Absolutely.
So we've got all these little clues here. Crime of the states. It's a sin, America. The beast, and it used Obama. So he is giving us some information in reverse.
And the beast is out to try to use him. That's the message.
Exactly right. Exactly right. That's why we have incongruent reversals, because he is deeply bothered by all of this. And also, the speech wasn't written by him. And so here's another one.
On November 8th, a record. We've saved taxpayers hundreds of millions of dollars by bringing down the price of fantastic, and it is a fantastic, new F-35 jet fighter.
And here he says, "I face you, the terror."
I face you.
So he is facing the American public now, but in the background he's aware of terror. He's afraid. Well, maybe not he's afraid, but there's something going on behind the scenes that he has become aware of.
And it's huge.
And it's huge. And this is what is creeping out in all of his reversals. And that's why we had all these incongruent reversals, because he's been shocked.
Right.
He was idealistic on the campaign trail. Oh, America's made all these bad deals. Now he's in office, he finds that, hey, this is a lot more than just bad deals. This is a sin. This is crime in the States.
Yeah,
I'm facing you, but there's terror in the background. Do you understand what I'm trying to say here?
You're right, David. And he also, I think, as part of processing the information that you're alluding to, that there's a beast, he realized now that he doesn't have the power that he thought the president had. He's a figurehead. He's basically a sock puppet.
I think you're right. And actually, that's borne out with this reversal here.
We want harmony and stability, not war.
And here he says, here the limits.
Here the limits.
Here the limits.
Oh,
okay?
my. Yeah.
He's got limits on his power. And he suddenly realized this. Okay? And then we have this reversal here, which we thought was a negative one as well.
Our veterans have delivered for this nation, and now we must deliver for them.
And this reversal is Adolf, her villain.
Adolf, her villain.
Adolf, her villain.
Okay, strong, negative evil. Her, who is her? Her is America. Adolf, her villain. There is evil in the heart and soul of America. It's
called the deep state, David, and that's what he's talking about. Yeah.
That's what he's talking about. And then we had another reversal. I didn't know what the meaning was, but I've since, unfortunately.
Now this is wild. Pay attention. This is really very heavy stuff. And David figured it out.
Yeah,
we didn't know what it was when you first played it. We couldn't figure it out. We didn't know.
Yeah. Well, and look, and as you know, I'll often come on a show and play reversals. I have no idea what they mean, and invariably we get the meaning, after the show. Something will come forward. Okay, so here we go.
Hopefully, the 250th year for America will see a world that is more peaceful, more just.
Okay, here he says, I'm afraid the fifth.
I'm afraid the fifth.
I'm afraid the fifth.
Very clear.
I'm afraid the fifth.
Okay, so I thought, okay, that's interesting. So what's the fifth come and go and nothing happens? So I thought, okay, well, it's nothing to do with the fifth. So I thought, I wonder how many presidents have died in office. So I Googled how many presidents have died in office. 4 have died of natural causes and 4 have been assassinated. So I'm afraid the fifth, he would be the 5th president to be assassinated if that happened to him. Or the 5th one to die in office of natural causes, which a heart attack gun could do, for example.
Sure.
So I'm afraid the 5th. That's what the 5th is.
And it might not be, of course, a natural heart attack.
Right.
What
I was being facetious. Yes.
Sure, of course you were. This is really stunning, David, and it just shows how deep reverse speech is. This is an allusion to the 5th that we didn't get. You got it. And it makes everything. So as you look at all the reversals from the program that we did last Friday, I guess it was, you're now seeing that they are congruent in the sense that they're trying to tell a message. The subconscious is speaking and describing a scenario, a matrix that it's found itself in that it is not at all comfortable with, because Donald Trump is truly an individual.
Exactly right. That's exactly what all those reversals mean. Yes.
Wow.
It was his first address to Congress. Okay, and so this is all on his mind. He's found out all this stuff while he's in office. And now he's facing the mirror. I face you, the terror. It's a sin, America. The crime of the states did I need. Adolf, her villain. I mean, it all falls into place. He's telling us. He's telling us the story. There's deep corruption here, folks. And my hands are tied. I have limits. Here are the limits on what I can do. So, anyone?
Just amazing, David. Play some more. This is all. Now, the consternation that we were going through, we couldn't figure it out. Now we have a means, a method to actually make perfect sense out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, so here's some more of those reversals. Okay.
Governor Matt Bevin of Kentucky just said Obamacare is failing in his state, the state of Kentucky, and it's unsustainable and collapsing. 1/3 of the counties have only one insurer, and they're losing them fast. They are losing them so fast. They're leaving.
Okay. Now this is interesting. This reversal, if you let me play it, then I'll tell you my observations. It said Air Force Man is alive. Air Force Man is alive.
Air Force Man is alive.
Okay.
Air Force Man is alive.
Got it.
Okay. So, what's that got to do with the Ford speech? Nothing at all. It's totally non-related. Like all of the other reversals on Trump in this speech, they are nearly all not related to the Ford dialogue. That's why it threw me so much. Okay,
Sure. Of course.
It's a subtext. It's a subtext. It's a conscious subtext. So just don't see it very often, but I do see it.
Well, it's really a very articulate narrative of a very horrific thing that this man is confronting.
Yeah, you're right. And this reversal here, which I interpreted as being incongruent, or just about to play, is suddenly makes a whole bunch of sense.
Uh-huh.
The country builders and artists and inventors showed off their wonderful creations.
And he says, follow shit.
Follow shit. Follow shit.
Okay, and that's what he's doing.
Follow shit.
He's got all this rubbish that he suddenly realized. Okay?
Listen to how he says it, too. And remember, reverse speech does reflect emotion. And he's almost beside himself. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know how to handle it. He doesn't know what can be done about it. Obviously, he's going to have to, in time, resign himself to the reality of it. And wow. You've just done an amazing thing with something you've been doing for 34 years. You dialed this in and unlocked the combination. Now we understand why none of it was making sense.
Yeah, I'll never forget that show. It just totally threw me live on the air. Just could not understand what I was being confronted with. But boy, he is carrying a huge burden around. Oh my God.
It goes completely against the grain of who he is, who he has always been. And I wouldn't be surprised if they keep beating him up as badly. Not that he's not tough, not that he can't take it, not that he isn't devoted to trying to make America great again. But it might get to a point where he'll say one day, why do I need this anymore? Why should I play this game with these people who kill all the time if people get in the way? Why should I do this act? Why should I continue to perform this when I know I can't do what I want for America? I don't know. I'm pontificating here to a degree, but postulating. But what's the answer? How much can he take? He's really being pounded on 25 hours a day now.
Yeah. Oh, I know he is. Well, I said at the start, we're on a ride. So this was our first little bump in the journey, this one. So we will continue the journey and see what he comes up with next. You know, one thing I've learned about Trump in the 80 months I've been following him is don't count him out. You know, so we will see what he does with all this information. But
if he were to walk in to work to the office and fire Chief of Staff Priebus, fire his National Security Advisor McMaster, fire several others, the shockwaves would be astonishing. The mainstream media would go crazy. They'd say he's lost his mind, he's mentally incompetent, when in reality all he's trying to do is drain the swamp, but he's got to start by draining the swamp that's right around him. His own home swamp has to be drained. I do believe that he made these appointments under duress. I don't think he would have ever done them, not logically, not if he had a true free hand to step in as an outsider and constitute and construct an administration that was unique in the modern history of the country. I don't think he ever would have picked those people. And I said it at the time. What's he doing? Why would he pick? You go ahead.
He should. Abraham Lincoln fired 75% of the administration when he took office. So there's no reason Trump can't do exactly the same thing.
Well, look what happened to Lincoln.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. You're absolutely right. I didn't even think about that. Oh,
yeah,
boy.
We have the reversals of him talking about his own death. Not that he's wishing for it, not that he's hoping for it.
He's aware of the danger.
The potential is there.
Yes.
We can play those if you can pull them up.
Yeah, I can pull them up pretty quickly. Okay. There's two significant ones, and
you might want to go back to the first one that you played tonight and let's replay that one, then go on to the two that you've got in mind to follow it with. That would be good to go back to that first one.
Okay, let me just hang on. I'm just in the middle of bringing it up. So
sure.
Let me just. Where is it?
I'll put this up on a YouTube video as well because now
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
sure.
We need to put the other side of the coin.
Well, the incongruity now. It really wasn't incongruous. He was just on a basic storyline that had nothing to do with the forward speech at all. And the storyline was, I'm speaking really on my own here. The storyline was, I am being controlled. There's a beast here. It used Obama, and it's using me. And not to say that he thinks Obama would have done any differently if he were left alone. Obama had no problem going along with the program. But he does. And that's the way he's describing, that's the way the game works. The beast controls it. You must do as you're told. And then he starts talking about dying. And those are the two that are very concerning. But he's saying, look, this is a possibility.
Yeah, and I think we need to be aware of it. I can't find the one I'm looking for. Anyway, let's play the first one here. Okay, so this is the first one I played on the show. We'll revisit this one.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Vice President.
And it's a sin, America.
It's a sin. America. It's a sin. America.
Yeah, there it is.
It's a sin.
I mean, so right from the get-go, right from the beginning, subconsciously, he's talking to himself. I think he's kind of corroborating with his conscious self how bad it is. I think that's a dialogue going on. Is that right?
Oh, yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, quite amazing. Incredible stuff.
It's stunning. All right, hold on a minute. We'll be right back, and we will play some more reversals of Donald J. Trump, 45th President of the United States. I don't know how united they are anymore. Be right back. Hold on. David, it's really amazing to hear the clarity now that all these reversals seem to be suggesting to us that we couldn't figure out last time. Now it's a single narrative about the position that he has found himself in that he obviously had no idea was waiting for him.
That's right. That's right, exactly right. Well, I hope if anything else, it shows people that I'm certainly not biased one way or the other, because I'm willing to report whatever I find, and so.
No, it all makes sense, and everyone who is, I think, placed a stake in this now can study it, listen to it again, and they'll understand what's going on. You've made it very clear.
Yeah, and over the next few months, gee, who knows what we're going to find out? We're going to be we are having a snapshot into Donald Trump's mind. Actually, very quite exciting, really. We can find out what's going on behind the scenes. So.
You notice how in the reversals of Obama, he wasn't seemingly bothered by this at all. He was more than happy to play the game. I mean, he was getting a free ride, parties, celebrity, the whole thing. And he was just playing along with it. Trump actually did have ideas that he would be able to make this country better. And to have to confront the reality, apparently, that he's only going to be able to do what they allow him to do is not easy for him. Not a man of his stature and his mind.
Well, we'll see what happens. The ending of the story has yet to be written. All right, so here's these other two. Well, hang on. I was going to play these other two reversals. Let's go back and play the I'm Afraid one, and then we'll revisit these two reversals. So this is the one that I played it last week, and we didn't know what it meant. And of course, I gave you my interpretation today. So here it is.
Hopefully, the 250th year for America will see a world that is more peaceful, more just.
And I'm afraid the 5th.
I'm afraid the 5th.
Thursday.
I'm afraid the 5th.
Wow.
I'm afraid the 5th.
Well, okay. Yeah, well, it's meaning 4 presidents assassinated in office. He would be the 5th. Why do I say assassination? Because of 2 other reversals we've got. This one here.
But that means recognizing the right of every country, including our own, to look after its citizens. We would put other countries first. We had people running our country that truly didn't know what the hell they were doing.
And Sinister Tag Bullet.
Sinister Tag Bullet.
Yeah, there it is.
Sinister Tag Bullet.
And the tag,
Sinister Tag Bullet.
It's got 2 meanings. It can mean it's tagged for Donald Trump. It's got his name on it. Or it's a special type of long-range scope called a tag scope. So, I don't know. So,
he's standing there, essentially in the open, giving that talk, and that thought was in his mind. Yeah. That I'm vulnerable right now.
Yeah, it's obviously on his mind. And the other reversal we've got is a bit of controversial because people are hearing this 2 different ways. But let's play it and we'll talk about it.
You have some great people. Sean Hannity is a great, great person.
Okay. People are divided 50-50 on this. I hear and I shall be killed, and other people hear and I shall be healed. So is it a K or an H? I mean, I hear a K. I don't know.
And I shall be healed.
And I shall be healed. And I shall be healed.
So there, call that way which way you want.
It's very close, but I got a K out of it.
Yeah, I get a K.
I'd say it's 70-30, 60-40 maybe, but it's a K. Yeah. Play it again, David, please.
Yeah, I'll play it again. So here it is.
And I shall be healed.
And I shall be healed. And I shall be healed.
See, what ties it up, he's saying ill, not eel. It's illed.
Yeah, right.
Illed.
Ill. It's definitely, I'm very confident with the interpretation. So.
Ill.
But I should point out that the meaning of shall in reverse speech is one possible future. Will is definite. Will is etched in stone. Okay? So this is a possibility. And the sinister tag bullet is only a fear in his mind, the same as I'm afraid the 5th. So this is not necessarily etched in stone. But he is a very controversial president, and I'm sure the Secret Service are working overtime to protect him.
It's not just the Secret Service. He has his own extensive cadre of hired specialists, former military. Right. He's got 2 or 3 layers. It's really a very large undertaking. He would be wise never to trust the Secret Service on its own to protect him fully. So that's why he's mixed his own privately hired people in with the Secret Service.
Oh, good on him. Good. Yeah. Anyway, so that's the mystery of the Donald Trump reversal solved. So,
wow. Congratulations. That was a real big plum for you. And it makes reverse speech look even more impressive, if that's possible, because it gives us clear and open and obvious evidence, proof, that he's talking a narrative of something that has caused him a great deal of grief, upset, stress, anxiety. He's shook up.
Yeah, he's shook up. Yeah, he is. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Let's. We've got a few of new ones for today too. So let's look at some of these new ones. This is Comey, head of the FBI, talking about terrorism and threats to America.
Mm-hmm.
They're attacks on our economy and our security, and they're increasingly attacks on our fundamental rights.
Now, this is an interesting reverse. It doesn't seem to have anything to do with the forwards. Deals Ukraine.
Deals Ukraine.
Deals Ukraine. Deals Ukraine.
Of course, Ukraine, of course, Crimea has been annexed by Russia. You've got all the problems with Ukraine. I don't know whether that's just on his mind.
We have huge problems with Ukraine. Huge. World War III could start there tomorrow. You've got 120,000 troops from Ukraine, the Kiev government, the illegitimate government of Kiev, lined up facing 30,000 defenders in Lugansk and primarily Donetsk, the Donbass region. 120,000 against 30,000. They're standing there, sitting, waiting for that order to go to invade the east. And that could happen any time. If it does happen, that means the Russian military will come in to stop them. Putin has promised the people in Donbass that he will not allow them to be slaughtered and overrun.
Wow. Oh, well then clearly it's on their mind, on everyone's mind in the administration.
It's that close, David. I mean, it's that close. If Porky decides on his own to order the attack, we've got war. If he's told by his controllers to order the attack, we've got war. Otherwise, it's very expensive for a bankrupt country to keep an army of 120,000 with air support, tanks, heavy armor, artillery, on the front line, around the clock, week in and week out. They're there as an invading force. It's not a defensive posture at all. So how long can they keep it up?
I don't know. We'll wait and see. Okay, next reversal. Here we go.
A particular field office that's shown itself great at a threat could be in Little Rock, even though the physical manifestations of the intrusion are in Indianapolis and Seattle and Dallas. Those offices will help Little Rock, but it's going to go to Little Rock if they've shown that they are good against this threat.
I'm not too sure what he's talking about. I know it's talking about terrorism. He says force them or shit, whatever that means.
Force them or shit.
Force them or shit.
Huh.
Force them or shit.
What is that, like a variation of poop or get off the pot?
Yeah, I think so. I think so. I think you're absolutely right. Yeah. Okay, all right. Here's another one on Comey.
We think we have a role to play there in helping victims understand just what has happened to them so they get themselves back on their feet.
Well, here's a negative reversal. It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous.
I'll be bothered.
It's ridiculous.
I don't think I've ever heard ridiculous in reverse before.
So I don't remember hearing it. So he's basically mocking what he's saying forwards.
Yes, he is. He's mocking what he's saying forwards. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Yeah. And this one is the same, mocking himself too.
A particular field office that's shown itself great at a threat could be in Little Rock, even though the physical manifestations of the...
Okay, that's the same one. Sorry, this is where he says it's ridiculous, and then he also says more shit.
More shit.
More shit.
Yeah,
Wow.
he's mocking himself.
More
Yeah,
shit.
he's just spewing garbage, and he knows it. His subconscious doesn't like it.
Here's an interesting one.
And we're doing that in a number of different ways inside the FBI that may not be apparent to you from the outside, so I want to go into some detail here.
He says they paid us.
They paid us.
Very
Oh.
paid us. Very paid us.
Very
Who paid
interesting.
them?
Yeah, who? Whoever's
idea.
the deep state, apparently.
I guess so. We'll put that one in your. I'll put that one in my to be reviewed at a later date file.
Yeah. Good. Yeah.
All right. Here we have Dianne Feinstein opposing Trump.
As has been done in the past, a special prosecutor should lead this investigation. I believe it should be a respected prosecutor.
I shake it to sadness. Doesn't tell us much.
Shake it sadness.
Huh.
Shake it sadness.
Oh, it's probably she's.
Shake it sadness.
Oh, it's sadness. I shake its sadness. Hang on.
Shake it sadness.
Yeah, it's sadness.
Shake it sadness. Shake it sadness.
Is she saying I shake its sadness, or is she saying I shake its sadness?
Oh, I see. Oh, hang on. Well, hold on. Let's play it
Two
again.
ways to hear that.
Depends on where the comma is.
Yeah.
Shake it sadness.
Shake it sadness.
There's no comma. She goes right through it.
Yeah. That's what I was about to say too.
Mm.
Yeah. All right. I don't know. She's probably upset that the Dems still lost, I guess.
Mm.
Oh, here's James Clapper, director of. Hang on. Talking about spying on Trump. Where's Obama was director of Intel, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
National Intelligence Director, I think.
Right, that's right. Okay, so here we go.
And importantly, in the case of the Senate Intelligence Committee, this appears to me to be a truly bipartisan effort. And so I think that needs to play out.
I don't know what he's talking about. He says, you threaten us.
You threaten us.
Wow. Don't know who's he talking about threatening him.
I don't know either. He's retired and gone, but he knows. I mean, he was a director of national intelligence, so the guy knows a lot. Just don't know what he's talking about.
No? All right. Here's John Kelly, Secretary of Homeland Security, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go.
My comments will be relatively brief. Last week, the Department of Homeland Security celebrated its 14th anniversary, first opening its doors on 1 March 2003.
And he says, I'm confident you sell fear. We were sorry. Oh, yeah, it's all there. Gee, it's a long one. I'll do it again. I'm confident you sell fear. We were sorry. Wow.
Huh.
I like the long ones. Don't get them that long very often. Normal reversals are short, sharp phrases. And if anyone's documenting very long reversals on a very consistent basis, you need to suspect that you're not interpreting gibberish. That's what I tell my students. I don't know who sells fear. I think he's probably talking about himself. You sell fear, we were sorry. I'm confident. You sell fear, we were sorry. I don't know. Maybe he's talking about the terrorists selling fear.
I don't know. That's a hard one. But the interesting part of it is long. Every syllable is there. It's all grammatically correct.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I'll play it again. Here we go. It's all there. Yeah, we bothered. Yeah, certainly it is. Yeah, okay.
We were sorry. We were sorry.
Yeah. And here's John Kelly again. Interesting reversal, this one.
To connect the dots of intelligence and arrange them into a more comprehensive picture of the threats posed to America and our way of life.
Mm-hmm. And he says, fell marijuana.
Fell marijuana.
Huh.
Fell marijuana.
Well, the feds, with all the states legalizing marijuana lately, he probably feels a bit threatened by it.
Well, there may be a conflict there, and you may know, but Attorney General Jeff Sessions and President Donald Trump are both against the legalization of marijuana and would like to roll it back to a controlled substance.
Right.
And maybe he's aware of that and he's conflicted by it somehow. We'd have to study it a little bit more, but he would certainly be well aware of it. So
Well, that could create an awful big fight with the states and the feds. Wow.
Oh, huge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, here we have Kellyanne Conway.
But he did leap over the possibility that other pieces of the administration may be the source of this, may be leakers.
Okay, so she's talking about source of leakers.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, shame your little secret. Ooh, Kellyanne. It's quick.
It's all there.
Ooh, is she one of the leakers? Shame your little secret.
Wow. If that's what that alludes to, Trump hasn't a prayer. He's surrounded. He's totally compromised. Nobody. Who does he trust if she can't be trusted? I know he leans on her from everything I've read. She's always there. He consults with her. He talks to her. She's one of the most trusted of his advisors.
Wow.
Well, dude, play that again. Jeez.
I don't know. All right, let's listen to the forwards. So here's the forwards.
But he did leap over the possibility that other pieces of the administration may be the source of this, may be leakers.
Other pieces of the people in the administration may be the source, may be leakers, but shame your little secret.
I don't know how else to interpret that, David. Something's going on there. Yeah.
She's doing something behind the scenes. She's being a sneaky little thing. This is her unconscious chastising her. Shame your little secret. As she's talking about leakers. Oh, that's really interesting. We need to look at her a little bit closer.
Remember I said that, she's one that we haven't really done much on at all. And I think she's well worth the time. There may be much more sitting there. That is really, it's kind of sad in a way. Disconcerting, if true. I mean, I've felt for weeks that the man is surrounded, penetrated, isolated, insulated, and he has a very small group of people that he seems to, I'm not there, but he seems to confide in, and he certainly wants to trust. He wants to have somebody to trust. And I've always felt that Conway, yes, of course, but Conway was one that I think, from all intents and purposes, from all appearances, he does trust. And that's not a good reversal.
No, it's not a good reversal at all. Oh, my God. All right.
Play it again, please. I got to play that one more, because that's just, anyway, go ahead. It is sad.
Trump, it's sad. Yeah. So here's the forwards.
But he did leap over the possibility that other pieces of the administration may be the source of this, may be leakers.
And here's reversal. Shame your little secret.
Yep. Oh no. Oh my.
In trouble.
Yeah. According to reverse speech, she's loose lips sink ships, and she may be talking a little bit too much.
She may very well be. Wow.
Remember I said this whole thing's taking on the dimensions of a Shakespearean tragedy of an isolated leader who has been really surrounded by people who are treacherous, and it's just more and more looks like that.
Wow.
That doesn't help, that one.
No, it doesn't. Not at all. And here we have Sure Mike Pence.
This is our time. This is the chance we've worked so hard for so long to see.
Okay, and here he says, kiss them all, Lucifer. Gee, he's in trouble from all quarters. Kiss them all, Lucifer.
Kiss them all, Lucifer.
Wow.
He's supposed to be a very Christian man, David. I wonder if there's a whole nother dimension to the little vice president.
It may very well be. Wow. Gee whiz. All right. Okay, so let's play some more on Pence.
President Trump will fight for you every single day.
And we'll miss you.
As long as you're...
Huh.
As long as you
Does he sounds like he says, no, I don't hear and, I hear as. As will miss you.
No, I wasn't happy with and either. Let's listen again.
As long as you're...
As long
Oh,
as
yeah, there's an S. Yeah, there's an S.
There's no hard consonant there. So as will miss you, it could be a fragment, as will miss you. It doesn't, I mean, it sounds like he's looking down the road at a time when President Trump will have moved on or not be there. We'll miss you, as we'll miss you.
Yeah.
He's waiting. Look, the guy is a real snake. Never liked him, never will. There's a plot here. There's a conspiracy. I see it. I don't like it. And it's not good. And I think that adds right into it.
Well, when am I on again? Next week. We'll try and bring some more reversals on those surrounding Trump for you.
Yeah, you're on St. Patrick's Day, oddly enough.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right, here's another one on Pence.
How about Dr. Ben Carson at Housing and Urban Development? Just to name a few.
I have no idea what this means, and we're burning it.
We're burning it.
It's clear, too.
Maybe he means the scam is being pulled off and they're getting away with it. We're burning it up. We're doing it. If he is a conspirator and he's not the nice little Boy Scout he portrays, that would be appropriate for him to say, and we're doing it.
All right.
Makes sense to you?
Yes, it does.
I don't like him. Never have. David, this has been fascinating. Thank you. We'll look forward to next week. And congratulations. You really have I think you've figured out one of the most unsolved mysteries in your career. That was a real shocker. Now you've got it.
Yep. No worries. Thanks, Jeff.
Well done. Okay. Good night, David. Thanks.
Bye.
All right. Well, there you go. We'll put this up for a listen, and you can take another listen to it whenever you'd like. But that does seem to answer the complete confounding nature of the suddenly, completely, I will call them inappropriate, but they were certainly strange reversals from Donald Trump and his speech to Congress. All right, there you have it. Thank you for being here. We'll be right back with you tomorrow night in 21 hours. Talk to you then. I'd like to invite you to take a look at some of the most important products in the realm of health and hygiene I've ever seen, all from Trioxy. As many of you know, ozone oxygen is highly effective for many different uses in the home or office place, from purifying the air you breathe to the water you drink. In fact, the city of Los Angeles, among others, uses ozone to purify the drinking water for millions. Uses of ozonated water produced by the Trioxy Pure include washing your hands, disinfecting cuts and infections, brushing your teeth, and even washing and sanitizing fruits and vegetables in the kitchen. Meanwhile, the Trioxy Re-Ion ozone negative ion generator will clean your indoor air of pollen, smoke, odors,